Good Thursday morning. We're expecting some more smoke from the Paradise Fire to flow back into the Bluefoot Hills by tonight. High temperatures up around that century mark for tomorrow, and then some dangerous fire weather as we head into this weekend for a couple different reasons. First, the air quality being moderately reduced across the map. This is similar to what it looked like yesterday morning, and I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing some worse air quality in the Bluefoot Hills. It's a very good surprise, but we'll see how it fluctuates throughout the rest of this morning. Wind gusts, not really a factor out there for this morning. Temperatures feeling good, 50s and 60s for lower elevation, 66 for Walla Walla, 53 for the Tri-Cities, 59 degrees in Yakima. A little bit later today in the Tri-Cities, we're going to end up in the mid to upper 90s. That's a pretty good rule of thumb for most lower elevation locations, and lots of sunshine. But hotter for tomorrow. Then again, fire concerns picking up into Saturday. Speaking of that, some active fires still burning in our neck of the woods. Big updates to the Paradise Fire. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, a 36-year-old Kennewick man is dead. This is after authorities say he crashed his motorcycle on the US 395 off-ramp heading onto Columbia Drive. Also, for aspiring pilots, landing that first airline job isn't as simple as getting a license. Patience could be the key to getting hired. Plus, flock cameras in Yakima are appearing in numbers, but also controversy is appearing about them from residents.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. Before we get into it, we're going to take it back over to Josh for our fire watch this morning. Some updates on the fires in our region. Josh?
Yeah, thank you, Zoe. The biggest updates were with the Paradise Fire yesterday, which is now burning quite rampantly in far northeastern Umatilla County at 6,700 acres, no containment. And we did see expanded evacuations yesterday to the east and also to the south. But this level 3, we now have a level 3 go now evacuation zone in Umatilla County. You can find these precise zones, locations posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, the other big fire that's burning in the Blues, the Hagen Fire, which is now over 58,000 acres. 19% containment, and it's still very active on the southeastern and the northeastern side of the fire. But we got a good update with this fire yesterday. So unfortunately, no reductions to any of the evacuation areas in Umatilla or Union counties, but Oregon Highway 204, which had been closed for about a week, is now reopened the entire length of the highway from Weston to Elgin, which is milepost 0 to 39. So some very good news there. It'll take you all the way over to the Cascades. The Three Queens Fire, which is burning along into the north of Lake Cochise. It's 3,800 acres, only 2% containment, and still those active hotspots flaring up on the eastern and the northern side of the fire. And we are still seeing those evacuations holding steady in between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. With all of these fires, you can find additional information posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
All right, thank you, Josh. Continuing here, as a 36-year-old Kennewick man is dead. This is after authorities say he crashed his motorcycle on the US 395 off-ramp heading onto Columbia Drive. Washington State Patrol says it happened Wednesday afternoon. Troopers say that when the man traveled at a high speed to get off the highway, he did not follow the curve of the off-rail and hit a guardrail. He was declared dead on the scene. First responders shut down the off-ramp to tend to the crash.
The scene is very extensive, so we hope that the motoring public in this area please avoid the area, use State Route 397, the Cable Bridge, as a detour. We're going to be here for quite a bit, and the Columbia Drive exit is completely blocked off.
The ramp was reopened around 6 p.m. yesterday, and WSP says that family members of the man have been notified. Switching gears here, the pilot shortage may be real, but for aspiring pilots, landing that first airline job isn't as simple as getting a license. Yesterday was National Aviation Day in Apple Valley. News Now, Dan Hansen went to the Tri-Cities flight schools where students are learning that experience and patience could be the key to getting hired.
Getting into the pilot seat is simply more than just learning to fly. For those aspiring pilots here in the Tri-Cities, building the experience and hours can really help their career take flight.
Randy Smith first caught the flying bug as a kid. He earned his private pilot's license as a teenager, then chose a different career. Years later, he returned to aviation, earned his commercial license, and became a flight instructor.
I would have always kicked myself if I never took that first step. I would have always regretted it for the rest of my life.
Smith now has about 2,000 flight hours and is working toward an airline cockpit. His next steps, interviews, then airline training.
I'm a cadet with a regional airline right now, being a regional pilot for as long as I can.
But that path is a long one. Sundance Aviation owner Cliff Dyer says pilots need 1,500 hours before qualifying for an airline transport pilot certificate.
250 is kind of that no man's land. You need to get additional 1,000 hours.
And those hours can come with a major price tag. Bergstrom Aircraft President Malin Bergstrom says training, rates, and certifications can add up.
By the time somebody gets their commercial and maybe even other ratings and certification, and they're going to have $100,000 invested.
Still, both flight schools say interest is growing as airlines prepare for more demand. For Smith, the investment is worth it because this time he's seeing his dream through. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Yesterday was National Aviation Day, which was chosen because August 19th is Orville Wright's birthday. Fun fact for you right there. Turning now over into Oregon, where in Umatilla, one firefighter was hurt where fire crews were handling a wildfire. The Umatilla Rural Fire Protection District went out to a large pallet fire, and this was along Highway 395 right near Union Street. And because of the conditions, the fire had the potential to spread very fast. But the fast actions of the firefighters prevented any further damage. Firefighters say there was an explosion and one firefighter was hurt. They were evaluated and treated at the scene. They say the pallet business is a total loss. The cause right now is still under investigation. Flock cameras have been spotted a lot more frequently in Yakima. Some streets are even seeing these cameras at every intersection. Yakima County residents have expressed growing concerns regarding them. One issue is the lack of privacy that is felt when driving by these cameras, and another is how much money is actually funding them.
Where is that money going that we can afford these new flock cameras? I mean, talk about misspending money, right? So we need to defund flock. We need to cancel those contracts, okay? And put our money, my tax money, where we tell you to put it.
There are reportedly 30 different cameras set up in and around downtown Yakima and 40 in Yakima County. Some citizens believe city council and law enforcement are not going to listen to the public's concerns. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, after 6 years of living in the U.S., the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are moving back to London. Your time right now is 6:06. Taking a live look out into Kennewick this morning, looking like a beautiful start to this Thursday. As we get into this end of the week here, we could be seeing some triple digits. Find out exactly where when we return.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
Jardiance. It's the little pill with a big story to tell.
As time went on, it was easy to see.
I'm lowering my A1C. Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell. The little pill with a big story to tell.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We run help a friend to move scenarios?
All the time.
Driveway airball? Wow, solid.
Very. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims or get $4,500 customer cash on select Rogue or Frontier trims.
For 5 nights every summer, champions ride into Kennewick. The Horse Heaven Roundup returns August 25th through 29th, featuring the nation's top contestants competing for $225,000 in prize money. Experience the excitement, tradition, and unforgettable moments that have made the Horse Heaven Roundup one of the nation's premier PRCA rodeos. All seats are reserved, so get yours today at BentonFranklinFair.com and take in the action during the best week of summer, August 25th through 29th at the Horse Heaven Roundup. BentonFranklinFair.com.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll have high temperatures up around that century mark for tomorrow. Now for today, a little bit cooler than that, but only by a few degrees. It's still going to be very hot out there. So we'll be in the upper 80s by lunchtime in the Yakima Valley, and then mid to upper 90s for the hottest part of the day. In general, lower elevation is going to be in those mid to upper 90s. 98 for the Hanford site, 94 for Ellensburg, 97 for Walla Walla, 97s for the Tri-Cities and Yakima as well. 80s up in the mountains in general. A big drop off in temperatures from Friday to Sunday as we'll cool things off by about 10 to 15 degrees. Now, look, I know for the Yakima Valley, I'm still going with 97 for tomorrow, but in the Tri-Cities, I'm going with 100 degrees precisely. But anyway, the drop off from Friday to Sunday, a little bit of a rebound after that. And this drop off in temperatures due to a cold front that's going to pick up our wind gusts for Saturday. It's going to pick up fire concerns as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. But for today, UV index on a scale from 1 to 11, it's still going to be in that high category. It'll be at a 7. It means your skin, if it's exposed, could burn within 15 to 25 minutes. So make sure that you're applying SPF 30 or higher, reapplying every 2 hours, and spending as much time in the shade as possible. Okay, the air quality so far so good for this morning, but we are thinking that smoke from the Paradise Fire could drift back into the foothills for tonight. So I'll time that out with Futurecast. We'll talk about those fire concerns for the weekend. All that coming up in a few minutes.
Nationally this morning, after spending 6 years in the U.S., Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are heading back to the United Kingdom. John Lawrence reports.
Prince Harry and Meghan are reportedly planning to return to a private residence outside of London later this month. Their children, 7-year-old Prince Archie and 5-year-old Princess Lilibet, are enrolled for classes in Britain this upcoming term, according to the British newspaper The Telegraph.
He did talk about how brilliant the schools were in Britain. He also talked about he thought that the sense of community was really important.
The couple fled from the United Kingdom to the U.S. in 2020 when they stepped back from the responsibilities linked to the crown.
He won't be returning to his royal role, even if he wanted to. The King has made it very clear, and I'm sure that Prince William has made it even clearer, that isn't an option.
King Charles was made aware of the situation on Sunday. Insiders say the King's cancer diagnosis may have led the Sussexes to come back.
When they were at Highgrove, face to face, close up, I firmly believe that Harry saw changes in his father, and that helped kind of move the dial.
While the King is reportedly happy that he'll be able to spend more time with his family, there still may be tensions between Harry and his elder brother.
I think in William's head, he's just now set on the idea that it's him and Kate and the 3 kids that are now the future of the monarchy, and Harry has no part in that.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
In 2025, Prince Harry challenged the UK government's decision to lower his level of taxpayer-funded security after he stepped down from the royal life. After losing the case, Harry told the BBC it would make it, quote, impossible to come back to the UK. Coming up here when we return on Good Morning Northwest, we got your full weather forecast ahead of us, looking at some smoky skies in certain parts of the region. Find out exactly what to look out for when we return.
This is work. But this is Furniture Row. Work, Furniture Row. Work, furniture, well, you get it. And during the Labor Day sale, rewarding the rigors of your daily grind is easy. Save an extra $100 on every $1,000 you spend on sofas and sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses. Plus, check out special buys while they last. Celebrate your dedication to the job by taking a dedicated break. You deserve it. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Struggling with heartburn or reflux? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, Dr. Amber Sharon and our experienced team offer Bravo pH testing to help get real answers. This minimally invasive test measures acidity levels in your esophagus using a small wireless capsule. Bravo pH testing can help your provider better understand your symptoms and create a treatment plan tailored to your needs. Ask your provider for a referral to Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center. Call 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org.
Central Plus checking. I got you. Let's fix that. Takeout? Discount?
Discover the magic of Central Plus checking from ICCU. Life's greener here.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our red, white, and blue Compass event, shop thousands of used RVs starting under $10,000. Plus, we pay top dollar for trades. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
Now at McDonald's, the under $3 menu gives people what matters most. More options.
And when the option is a McChicken for just $2, it feels absolutely necessary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, let's go, come on!
Let's go!
Super Bowl 61 is coming.
Let's go!
And everyone's going.
We gotta go! We gotta go! I gotta go!
Because once the game starts...
Let's go! You better get on that bus!
Bye, Jimmy. Well, don't just stand there.
everything else stops.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will see some smoke rolling back into the Bluefoot Hills for tonight from the Paradise Fire. At least that's what we're thinking is going to happen. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast surface smoke. Here's the Paradise Fire right here. A little bit later in the day, it's going to start to flare up, and the smoke plume will eventually, will initially go down towards the south and east, but eventually will start to drift back over towards the west into the Bluefoot Hills, places like Walla Walla and Pendleton. Thus far this morning, the air quality hasn't been too bad. So if that momentum continues into tomorrow morning, then perhaps it won't be as smoky. Let's see how that all pans out. It definitely depends on how this fire behaves throughout the course of today. And here's what to do during stretches of poor air quality. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear protective masks like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. We've been talking about this stuff all summer and all summer long. You can go online to applevalleynewsnow.com to find this list posted. Okay, we could see additional fires popping up across the map, specifically for Saturday, as we have a multifaceted risk for fires to start or spread quickly, as our vegetation still critically dry out there, level 4 out of 5 on our vegetation dryness scale. Then we have this storm system that's off in the Gulf of Alaska for now. It's going to take a little while to get here, but when it does, it's going to provide a punch when it comes to our wind gusts across the map. Peak gusts anywhere between 25 to 45 miles per hour, at least for lower elevations. So that's one facet to this. The other would be some lightning chances and hitting that key 20% threshold in the northern Blues, in the Kittitas Valley, and in the Cascades and upper Yakima Basin. So can't rule out some lightning fires. And by the way, there will be the chance for some rainfall on Friday night. Pretty spotty showers in nature, but you can track those rain chances yourself for your exact location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. And also through our weather app, you can access this list on how to prevent wildfires. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs around 100 degrees on Friday, then the winds bringing up fire concerns Saturday. In Yakima, a couple of 97s for today and tomorrow, then a slight chance of thunderstorms this weekend. For Ellensburg, windy this weekend, but especially on Saturday with chances of lightning on top of that. And then for Hermiston, mid to upper 90s for the next couple days, but a big drop off in temperatures by Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, smoky again tonight from the Paradise Fire, then highs perhaps into the triple digits by tomorrow.
Triple digits are back on the screen there, Josh, and an alert day as well. Lots to look out for.
Hey, but glass half full, we were talking about how it's a bummer we're hitting 100, but at least it's not 105.
At least it's not 105. It's right at the 100, not above though.
Just qualified. Yeah.
All right, well, coming up next, when we return, the office that manages your elections and oversees county finances is on your November ballot. We learn more about the candidates when we come back.
The secret to success is always something like, hang in there, embrace the hustle. No pain, no gain. But at Denver Mattress, we believe the best way to get ahead is to start ahead with a great night's sleep on a Purple mattress. Soft and firm in all the right places, the Gel Flex Grid keeps you cool all night long.
And right now, save up to $1,600 on select Purple mattresses.
Or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect purple.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love, and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
See your community Chevy dealers.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Your crime alert this morning. The Kennewick Police Department is looking for a thief who they say stole more than $1,100 worth of products from the Columbia Center Mall. KPD says that during at least 3 trips to Sephora, the suspect took several beauty products, hiding them in a bag or purse before walking out of the store. Officers say they have identified the suspect but haven't made an arrest yet. Turning over into Yakima County, the city of Mapton is moving closer to giving its police station a major makeover with the help of state grant funding. During a recent Mapton City Council meeting, city leaders discussed an agreement with the Washington State Department of Commerce for the remodel and modernization of the city's current police station. The project is receiving more than $180,000 in state grant funding, and according to Mapton's police chief, the project will include a complete redo of both the interior and exterior of the facility. City officials say the agreement with Commerce lays out the requirements Mapton must follow to receive the state money.
Basically, the city will contract out to do the work, submit the invoices for the work to Commerce, who will then pay for it.
City officials say once the agreement is finalized, the remodel can move forward. The race for Yakima County Auditor is on the ballot for this November.
I'm going to continue to look at
It's the office that manages your elections and oversees county finances. Maria Cuevas is challenging incumbent Charles Ross, who has held the Yakima County Auditor position for the past 12 years.
No, I've been serving in a public capacity for 32 years, most of my adult life. I think back to when I was a mayor of a small town. I learned a tremendous amount of things about how government operates and the rules and procedures and the methods that we use. And then I was fortunate enough to be elected to the State House of Representatives out of Washington at the state level.
Public education, state, and community college background. In educating, I've worked in leadership positions before and participated on planning and education committees and programs at the university level.
Both candidates come from very different professional paths. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, if you've been wanting some more great tasting recipes to make your breakfast, lunch, and dinner easier, we've got your dinner in 3, 2, 1 coming up after this.
When your home works the way it should, life's best moments come easier. Mornings getting the kids ready, comfortable evenings with loved ones, weekends spent in your community. At Campbell & Company, we'll take care of all your home's heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, and electrical, solving problems and doing the job right the first time. So your home is one less thing to worry about. More comfort, more reliability, more moments that matter.
Campbell & Company.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
I've been baking my entire life, so I love being in the kitchen. And I'm constantly furrowing my brows. So when some of my friends mentioned they got treated with Botox Cosmetic and were happy with the results, I booked my first consultation. Botox Cosmetic, it's been FDA approved for over 20 years. And it's the most studied product of its kind. I'm happy with my results. They're very natural looking.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Taylor, and I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
At Denver Mattress, we're working overtime, working the line 24/7, stocking shelves, putting the finishing touches on the biggest Labor Day sale of all time. Save up to $500 on our factory direct lineup. Check out the Colorado for only $6 a month. The Buena Vista for only $14 a month. Save up to $1,400 on select Tempur-Pedic Split King sleep systems and score a $300 gift. And save an extra $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus free shipping. The Labor Day sale on now at Denver Mattress. Oof, I need a break.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas. To get this Thursday started off, we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Our big weather stories for today. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, so we are going to start off with the smoke that we're expecting to drift back into the Blue Foothills for tonight from the Paradise Fire. High temperatures driven up to around 100 degrees by tomorrow, and then our fire weather concerns going up as we head into this weekend. Listen, so far so good. We have not seen those big time reductions to air quality in the foothills like we were thinking was going to happen, and that's fine. I'm definitely okay with that. The wind gusts out there, not really going to be a factor for today or for tomorrow. They'll certainly pick up a lot more, though, into Saturday. And then the current temperatures out there, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, feeling pretty good. A little bit later today in the Yakima Valley, we're going to end up in the mid to upper 90s. So that's where we'll land pretty much for all lower elevation spots. Pretty consistent temperatures for today, lots of sunshine, fairly good air quality overall. But speaking of smoke, fires, let's step you through the fires. Had a big update with the Paradise Fire yesterday. It's now 6,700 acres. The southwestern flank of the fire is being very active, especially in northeastern Umatilla County. And that's why evacuations were expanded to the south and west yesterday in Walla Walla County, and especially for Umatilla County, where we now have a level 3 Go Now evacuation area. You can find all of these precise zones posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. The other big fire that's burning in the blues, at least, that would be the Hagen Fire, which is now over 58,000 acres. It is almost 20% contained, and it is still very active on the southeastern and the northeastern side of the fire, with evacuations still expansive, haven't been reduced for Umatilla or Union counties, but we did get a very good update in that Oregon Highway 204 is now open for business. The entire length of the highway, which is west into Elgin, milepost 0 to 39. We were waiting for that update for quite some time, and we finally got it. So woohoo for that. And then finally, the Three Queens Fire, which is burning all the way on the other side of a viewing area in Kittitas County in the Cascades, along into the north of Lake Cochise. It's just over 3,800 acres, 2% contained, still very active on the eastern and the northern side of the fire, and those expansive evacuations in place between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. You can find all of these precise evacuation zones, so much more information about all of these fires posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
All right, switching gears here, Josh. Something I find just as hard as figuring out dinner is figuring out breakfast as well.
And for me, lunch and all the meals, but could not agree more, and that's why we partnered up with Dinner in 321 with Laura Ashley Johnson.
That's right, and she's known for her TikToks about these easy recipes. Here's what Josh and I got to learn this week. Check it out. Just in time for back to school, we are back with an easy breakfast, lunch, whatever you want to call it, recipe.
Dinner in 321 showing us, I mean, what are you showing? It smells, the sausage smells fantastic.
So this has 4 ingredients. These are sausage muffins. And it's a great thing to make when you want to meal prep for the week, or if you have a house full of folks who love to have a hearty breakfast, this is a perfect recipe. But we're going to start with some cooked sausage. So you're going to add your sausage to one bowl first here.
Okay.
And then I like to freshly grate cheese for this recipe. So this is cheddar cheese. You could use other variations of cheese as well. Just dump it in there. Okay. And then we have some eggs that we've already broken here in a bowl. We're going to add that as well.
See, if we stop the recipe right here and just stir this up, I would eat that.
I would too. So this is the last ingredient you're going to add here. After that's all in the bowl, great. We're just going to mix it up till it's well combined. You want to take your muffin pan and you want to spray it super well. You can use an extra virgin olive oil spray. Otherwise, these can stick. If you have like a large cookie scoop, it makes this go much faster. Last one.
Voila.
Voila. That's all there is to it.
All right, finished product. We are done.
All done.
Let's take a look at it.
I can't wait for y'all to see this.
Oh my gosh,
wow. So fresh.
Yes.
They're great by themselves. Or if you want to dip them in something, you can make some gravy with that sausage grease. And if you like McGriddles, those types of flavors with the syrup and sausage, that's a great thing to dip it in as well. Mustard is great as well. That's a popular one with.
Interesting.
Here's one here. Okay. It's going to be hot, so be careful.
Now, I will say for the record, I was going to originally eat this without any topping, but then I got bullied into putting.
You said, Josh, you can't do that. Okay, cheers.
That's really good.
Absolutely perfect. Oh, the syrup? Lovely choice. I would recommend the syrup.
Can we switch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll switch. Okay, perfect.
Okay, I got a little bit of commentary. First of all, when there was the bowl of sausage and cheese in front of me and the sausage was cooked, I said, oh man, I would eat this right now, but it's right as the eggs were getting put. I don't eat raw eggs. And then also,
I don't know, Josh.
When we were both eating the muffins, like, oh, let's trade sauces. Instead of just trading sauces, we trade.
You see, I was trying to like be like, okay, like here's the dip, and you were like, oh no, here's my whole plate. I was like, okay, let's just switch.
We
sausages.
know for next time.
No, for next time. We were just in the moment there.
Yeah.
All right, well, for this full recipe and for more information, you can head to applevalleyNewsNow.com or to our YouTube.
Yeah, and to find other similar recipes and more about Laura Ashley Johnson, you can check out dinnerinthreetwoone.com.
All right, well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Kennewick prepares for a 20-year expansion plan as population continues to grow. Also taking a look at our weather forecast. Josh, what are we looking at?
Temperature is going to be heating up just like things in the kitchen. We'll be right around 100 degrees for Friday. We'll talk about that, a preview of your smoke forecast, all that coming up on the other side of the break.
I think my mom's heart has really shaped who I am as a person, how much she's able to care for everyone no matter how much she's struggling. She will always put everyone before herself and always give 100% of her heart to every patient, to every person she meets, and to every face she sees. She'll come home, and if she's stuck on something or a patient's going through something, she'll continue to work at home because she genuinely can never give up on a patient, and she feels so deeply for every single patient that walks through that door.
I have so much passion when I can close the door and have a patient completely open up to me and have that vulnerability with them and have them be able to let me know what's going on and get to the root cause of something that's been missed. I want to know all of these things, and I'm going to take the time to actually ask you the question because I want to not just build out today's treatment plan, I want to look at what's going on down the road and set you up for longevity.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
Jardiance. It's the little pill with a big story to tell.
As time went on, it was easy to see.
I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell. The little pill with a big story to tell.
During wildfire season, a spark could become an inferno. That's why Apple Valley News Now's First Alert team is always tracking.
Winds, humidity, lightning, even the smallest change can make the biggest difference.
It matters to you, which means it matters to us.
When it comes to wildfires, the First Alert team is on your side for one reason: to keep you safe. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth and the First Alert team, on air, in your hands, or online, only on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. High temperature is going to be around 100 degrees for tomorrow, so getting closer and closer to triple digits. We'll be kind of close-ish to that for today, mid-80s in the Tri-Cities by lunchtime, mid to upper 90s for the warmest part of the day. So we'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Thursday forecast. We start off up in the Cascades, where we'll be in the 80s and 90s. Lots of sunshine across the map for today. And then in the Kittitas Valley, low to mid-90s, 94 degrees for Ellensburg. Yakima Valley, a bunch of 97s and 98s. 97 degrees for Yakima, 98 degrees for Sunnyside. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, a bunch of 96s, 97s, and 98s. So 98s for the Hanford site, Benton City, Prosser, 97 for the Tri-Cities, 96 for Mesa. Then for the Blue Foothills, also mid to upper 90s, 95 for Pendleton, 97 for Walla Walla, 98 for Milton Freewater. And then we're looking at 80s and 90s up in the Blues. And this is where we're going to see the worst air quality during the day with the smoke plume from the Hagen fire and the Paradise fire going downwind towards the south and east. But into this evening, looks like some of that smoke is going to drift back into the Blue Foothills. Okay, high temperatures, like I mentioned, up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for Friday. That's precisely what I'm going with. But then a big drop off in temperatures from Friday to Sunday. They're going to moderate a little bit more after that. But this drop off in temperatures associated with the cold front, it's going to pick up our wind gusts. It's going to pick up our fire concerns, going to impact our smoke as well. We'll talk about all that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Turning over into Kennewick, where the city is planning for the future as more families move in and call the city home. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with city officials about where Kennewick is growing and how they're preparing for the years ahead.
New homes, new businesses, and new families are continuing to shape the look of Kennewick. City officials say that especially is easy to see in Southridge, an area identified for future growth back in the early 2000s, after the city invested in Bob Wilson Parkway and utilities to serve the area. And today, new neighborhoods and larger housing projects continue to fill in that part of the city.
There's a lot of growth going on in the Southridge area. There are three decent-sized multifamily projects that are occurring. One is nearing completion, 58 units.
And as more people move in, services are following. One example is a planned Veterans Affairs clinic near Trio's Southridge Hospital.
They'll continue to maintain a presence in Walla Walla, but most of their customers and their patients are coming from the Tri-Cities area.
But planning for growth is also about knowing where that city can and can't expand. Kennewick still has property within its existing urban growth area that could eventually come into the city.
So looking beyond what's in our urban growth area, in order to kind of bring those lands into our urban growth area, we have to show a need for additional lands to support 20 years of development.
Kennewick city officials say that they expect steady population growth within the coming years. However, they tell me to accommodate that growth, the city might look to change some of its codes.
In my mind, I see that adoption of that is going to really open up opportunities for more housing.
As more families call Kennewick home, city leaders are looking at how housing, services, and infrastructure can grow along with them. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Kennewick is also working to complete its periodic comprehensive plan update, which will help the city's growth and development through 2046. Turning now over into Richland this morning, residents near the Hanford site may hear emergency sirens going into this afternoon, but officials say there's no need for alarm. The site will test sirens between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m. today in the 300 area of the Hanford site and 400 area 6 miles northwest of Richland. Announcements will say this is a drill before and after the siren tone, and a real emergency information would be shared through local radio and television. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we return, everything you need to know before heading out the door this Thursday in your morning sprint, as well as your full weather forecast, taking you zone by zone. Stay with us after this.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
Vance has been keeping homes comfortable since 1986. We've got you covered for heating, cooling, and electric. We do it all. Maintenance, repair, and installation. Just give us a call. We'll be right there. Our professional technicians fix it right and fix it fast. We guarantee you'll be happy with our equipment and service. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. Now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. See a head-to-head study of Rinvoq versus another treatment at Rinvoq.com/see the data. Talk to your dermatologist if you're not doing well on your current pill or injection to see if Rinvoq is right for you.
Find your path toward a rewarding career in the trades at Perry Tech. From construction and carpentry to an AAS degree in information technology and communication systems, let the faculty and staff help unlock the doors to a world of opportunity at Central Washington's home to award-winning hands-on training. Experience the benefits of a dedicated career services team while exploring all the financial assistance options Perry Tech offers. Get started today with a program tour by calling 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We could see some additional smoke in the Bluefoot Hills for tonight from the Paradise Fire. This is the Paradise Fire right here. So we're going to see that a little bit later in the day. We're expecting it to flare up. Initially, it'll start to, the plume will go down towards the south and east, but then eventually it's going to start to drift back into the Bluefoot Hills. So places like Walla Walla, Pendleton could see additional reductions in air quality. Although I'll tell you what, it really hasn't panned out for this morning in the best way possible. So hopefully we can get lucky again for tomorrow's sequence. But as we head into Saturday, the wind gust's going to pick up, some lightning chances. So the long-term smoke forecast kind of up in the air. Depends on if we see any additional fire starts over the weekend. But in those areas where we're expecting some reductions in air quality, especially for the Bluefoot Hills, as always, you can find smoke safety tips posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com or by way of our weather app, which you can download for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Like I said, we could see additional fires popping up across the map on Saturday for a couple different reasons. Well, first of all, it's going to be critically dry out there. Vegetation dryness at level 4 out of 5 on our scale. Then you factor in the storm system, which is looking daunting in the Gulf of Alaska. It's unfortunately not going to bring us that much rainfall at all, maybe very minimal amounts up in the mountains, especially for the Cascades. But there's going to be a 1-2 punch of, we'll see wind gust on Saturday across the map for lower elevations between 25 to 45 miles per hour. We'll see some lightning chances as well, and some of those chances hitting that key 20% threshold for lightning fires in the Cascades of the upper Yakima Basin, in the Kittitas Valley, and also in the northern Blue. So we could see lightning fires, we could see human-caused wind-driven fires. Whatever may or may not happen, it's important that you know how to sign up for emergency alerts for Oregon counties, ORAlert.gov, for Washington counties, mil.wa.gov/alerts #local. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs around 100 degrees on Friday, then the winds bringing up fire concerns for Saturday. In Yakima, a couple of 97s for today and tomorrow, then a slight chance of thunderstorms this weekend. In Ellensburg, windy this weekend, but especially on Saturday with chances of lightning on top of that. And then for Hermiston, mid to upper 90s for the next couple of days, but a big drop off in temperatures by Sunday And finally, for Walla Walla, smoky again tonight from the Paradise Fire, then highs perhaps into the triple digits by tomorrow. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the family of beloved comedian Robin Williams taking on what they call AI abuse. Zach, Zelda, and Cody Williams reactivated his Instagram account, fed up with the alleged AI misuse involving their dad's likeness, writing, "As technology evolves, we want this to be a safe, trusted place where the stories, photos, videos, and memories shared reflect his legacy with authenticity, warmth, and care."
They just said they've had enough, and it's time to really take a look at AI and how people are exploiting their dad's memory and his legacy.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how Robin Williams' family is defending his legacy.
Fosse, you do Martha Graham, or Twyla.
With your GMA First Look, I'm Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep you out of the picture. Now, there's Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my symptoms means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Get back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief as early as 4 weeks. Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year, and help people achieve lasting remission.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Skyrizi is proven to help deliver relief, repair, and remission. Ready to get back in the picture?
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's plus UC.
Now, the morning sprint.
Welcome back. In your national headlines this morning, on Wednesday, the Treasury Department announced the federal debt has hit a record $40 trillion. They say the federal government has been spending more money on 2 programs for older Americans. Other factors include decades of tax cuts and relief packages during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Treasury Department said it would increase its buybacks of long-term bonds in the coming months. Health-related headlines this morning. A new vaccine appears to have the revolutionary ability to prevent the reoccurrence of the deadliest form of skin cancer. Moderna says that it's for people who've had melanoma. They cite stage 3 trial results suggesting the vaccine can stop the disease from coming back or spreading. The companies say the vaccine is individualized. It uses the same mRNA technology behind certain coronavirus vaccines. Sports news this morning. Tennis player Nick Kyrgios is in trouble for testing positive for cocaine use, resulting in a provisional suspension by the International Tennis Integrity Agency. He posted an apology on Instagram and said he's stepping out of the spotlight and going dark online for 4 weeks. He said he doesn't make excuses, but notes the toll of injuries the past couple of years. Kyrgios reached the Wimbledon final in 2022.
Alrighty, in your fire watch for this morning, we're going to start off with the Paradise Fire, which is 6,700 acres, no containment, and it is still very active on the southwestern flank, especially in northeastern Umatilla County. And this is where we saw expanded evacuations yesterday to the south and to the west in both Walla Walla and Umatilla counties. But you can see in the more active flank of the fire, we have a level 3 go now zone. You can find all of these precise zones posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. The other big fire that is burning in the blues, that would be the Hagen Fire. It's over 58,000 acres. It is still 19% contained, very active on the southeastern and the northeastern sides of the fire. And we did see a very good update with this fire yesterday. Unfortunately, the evacuations have not been reduced. Still expansive evacuations in place for portions of Umatilla and Union counties. But Oregon Highway 204 now reopened for business from Weston to Elgin. That's milepost 0 to 39. So a very good update there. And finally, we'll take you all the way over to the Cascades, where the Three Queens fire is burning along and to the north of Lake Cochise. It's 3,800 acres. It's only 2% contained and starting to flare up again on the eastern and the northern side of this fire. And still the evacuation boundaries in play between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. And as always, you can find these exact evacuation boundaries and so much more information about all these fires posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into your top 5 local this morning, a 36-year-old Kennewick man is dead. This is after authorities say he crashed his motorcycle on the US 395 off-ramp heading onto Columbia Drive. Washington State Patrol says it happened Wednesday afternoon. Troopers say that when the man traveled at a high speed to get off the highway, he did not follow the curve of the off-ramp and hit a guardrail. Officials are investigating after a massive fire on Wednesday morning damaged 2 fire trucks, injured a firefighter, and rendered a pallet business near Umatilla a total loss. During the fire, there was a large explosion that damaged firefighting vehicles nearby and injured a firefighter. They were evaluated and treated at the scene. The city of Kennewick is planning for thousands of new residents over the next 2 decades. City officials say Southridge remains one of Kennewick's primary growth areas, with vacant land and new housing continuing to drive development around Bob Olson Parkway, Colorado Street, and Thompson Hill. Officials are looking at available land across the city and within its existing urban growth area to make sure there's enough room for future homes, businesses, and jobs. The Kennewick Police Department is looking for a thief who they say stole more than $1,100 worth of products from the Columbia Center Mall. KPD says that during at least 3 trips to Sephora, the suspect took several beauty products. Officers say they have identified the suspect but haven't made an arrest yet. Residents of Richland can expect some emergency drill testing this afternoon. The Hanford site will test sirens between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m. today. Announcements will say this is a drill before and after the siren tone. In a real emergency, information would be shared through local radio and television. Over into what's trending this morning, a recent graduate of South Puget Sound Community College's brewing program has created the school's first all-student designed beer and is now selling at taverns in Washington to help fund the 2-year degree that trained him.
Yeah, Martin Lee spent nearly 30 years in the Army before enrolling at the college. He brewed the Philly Sour Suzanne as his first solo creation after completing coursework that covered cider making, beer making, and distilling. Thurston County bars began selling the beer last week. More like Thirsty County, am I right?
South Puget Sound Community College is the only school in the country offering a 2-year degree in cider making, brewing, and distilling. Lee hopes to open his own brewery soon. I love hearing that. SBSCC is in Olympia, by the way.
That's kind of your old stopping ground,
yeah, that's
right?
like very close to my hometown, so that's cool to see some West Side news there.
Definitely, and for the schools first, you would think it would be a cider or not the Philly, whatever that was. But
yeah,
congratulations.
But congratulations
That's an awesome
anyway.
Story. All right, as we're getting you out the front door for this morning, let's go ahead and take a look at those current conditions. Air quality, it's a whole bunch of yellow. That means it's just kind of so-so air quality out there. It's not good, it's not unhealthy, it's just kind of in the middle. So if we can keep that momentum up, that would definitely be a very good thing. Wind gusts not going to be a factor for today or really for tomorrow, but Saturday they certainly will be. Temperatures out there a little bit on the cooler side, 50s and 60s for lower elevations. It looks like the warmest temperature is Walla Walla at 66, and then the coolest lower elevation temperature, I think the Tri-Cities wins that one at 53 degrees. A little bit later today, it's obviously going to be much hotter. We'll have high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. And there's a few spots on the map, especially in Benton and Walla Walla counties. I'm seeing like some 98s, 97s out there a bunch. So we'll be within striking distance of 100 degrees. Much better opportunity of hitting 100 on Friday. And then for tonight, taking it back to the air quality for a second, could see that smoke plume from the Paradise Fire drifting back into the Blue Foothills, places like Walla Walla, Pendleton, College Place, and then the chance for more fires to spark up across the map for this weekend, specifically for Saturday. Could see lightning fires, could see human-caused wind-driven fires as well. So if you want to read up on wildfire prevention tips, also smoke safety tips, all that posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
All right, jumping from 50s this morning to 90, higher 90s later today.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, crazy. All right, well, thank you so much for watching Good Morning Northwest. And as Josh just said, you can always find the latest on AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back to the local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.